y'all, and welcome to today's video. We are going to be getting ready together, and I thought this was the perfect time to do the Merry Christmas tag. This tag video was created by Steph's Beauty Stash and Vinyl Beauty, so I will link both of those channels down below so that you can check them out. But I was watching Steph's video and she was talking about how they put these questions together, and I thought it would be really fun to do a get ready with me, answer these questions. But I do want to say up front, if you don't celebrate Christmas, no worries. I would love to hear your answers to these questions. Maybe fill in your favorite holiday. If it's not Christmas, if it's another holiday, definitely still answer these questions. I would love to hear. Just tell me like maybe what holiday you're celebrating, even if it's not, you know, a December holiday, if you want to do it for your birthday, something like that, whatever. Everybody is welcome here. So since I am going to be answering such Christmas specific questions, I did want to throw that out there and let y'all know if you're not into Christmas, that's totally okay, but I would still love to hear your answers for your holiday. Now, if you're new here, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. I do upload lots of new videos every single week. We are wrapping up Vlogmas, so yeah, I still upload lots of videos every week, so do please subscribe before you leave. But I have my skincare on, no makeup, so we are going to get ready together and answer these questions. So let's jump into it. Before I get started, I'm going to be answering these questions, so I may not be as focused on the makeup. I'm going to be applying the makeup, but I don't know that I'll necessarily stop and break down each product for you. So I thought before we start a question, let me quickly tell you kind of what products I'm going to use. I'm going to be using my Tatcha Silk Canvas for primer. I'm going to use my NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I'm going to be mixing a couple of shades of my ABH Magic Touch concealer. I'm going to set and use this NYX High Glass finishing powder as my finishing powder, and I'm going to be setting my under eye and concealer areas with my Nakia Joy Velvet finishing powder. I'm going to use this sponge. This is a Spectrum sponge. It was part of their Winnie the Pooh set, but this is the only sponge I liked from that set. All the other three were terrible. I hated them. This one's good though, so that's what I'm going to be using. Now that I have that out of the way, let's get into these questions. Okay, I've got these questions on my phone. The first says, share a memorable gift opening moment from your childhood. Oh my gosh, honestly, I can say I had such a good childhood, and Christmas was always such a fun time. Sometimes I know people get maybe not irritated with me, but they are like, oh, why are you always so excited about everything? But I just am. I enjoy being happy. I think life is hard enough. We all have hard things that we go through, but when we can be happy and be excited, why not enjoy some parts of life? And I really get that from my parents. My dad always was super into Christmas, into making Christmas fun, and really every Christmas morning I have good memories associated with Christmas, especially as a kid. I really do. It was always just a fun and exciting time. But if I have to think about a memorable Christmas, it's hard. I didn't really prepare these answers. I watched Steph's video quite a while ago, and I wanted to wait because I didn't want to be influenced by any of the answers she gave. But I do remember one year me and my brother got a trampoline, and that was big. That was so big. I remember being so happy, and we used that thing. We used it and used it and used it. So I guess I'll go with that memory, although I know, like, there's so many I could choose from. I'm so thankful for that. Okay, let's look at the next question is, you're walking down the street feeling good. What holiday song is playing in the background? Holiday song. I'm gonna have to think about this one. Okay, so like, it may seem silly because it, like, the question is like you're walking down the street or whatever, but whenever I'm listening to Christmas music, the music that kind of makes me the like happiest is when I hear more of like the childhood songs coming on, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Like, I always enjoy that. I'm just using this lighter concealer to add just a little bit of highlight, but I love that, and I love the Frosty the Snowman. Like, whenever the kid childhood songs, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, all of those are the ones that like put me in the best mood. When I read this question, I was initially thinking like Hallmark movie-esque, like those Hallmark movies where it's all like romantic and sweet, but for me, I'm like, no, if I'm in a great mood, if I'm out doing some Christmassy things, I'm hearing those kids songs. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Okay, the next question is, what kind of holiday shopper are you? Black Friday, Christmas Eve, or year-round? So this one, it really depends. I'm definitely not the person who is like, I need to get all these gifts bought. I need to be done. And I really don't want to stress myself with gifts. I try to avoid stress as much as possible. I will say I am very thankful that I have a family that will actually like tell you what they want, or they'll give you some type of idea. For me, I'm like, listen, if you want to give me a gift, you don't know what to get, something like that. I love bath products always. Like, you want to get me some bath bombs, you want to get me bubble bath, you want to get me like candles, you want to get some lotions. Like, I'm always happy to receive that type of thing as a gift. So I feel like I'm pretty easy to shop for in that. I like jewelry. I like, like my favorite candy. You want to give me a pack of Coke Zero for Christmas? Like, I'm happy, But I definitely do like to get a deal. I mean, don't we all? So I did do quite a bit of shopping, not just on Black Friday, because I noticed a lot of places posted their Black Friday deals early this year, which I thought was so nice. That made everything like even a little less stressful. And then I saw some deals. I participated in Black Friday, Cyber Monday, so if it's like a big item or something like that, I will definitely, kind of like know what I want to get, and I will plan to catch it when it's on a sale. But I also don't mind being a little last minute either, like if it works out best for me to go the week of Christmas and get something, like there's not a big deal. If there's something that I want to grab earlier in the year and save it, like that's fun too. I don't like to have a lot of things that are just laying around. So I don't just say like, oh my gosh, it's August, I need to start buying Christmas gifts, because like I don't want to have to keep up with something for that long. I don't want it taking up space. So I tend to not shop too early. But I will also say, I think the best gift, I did do a gift guide on my channel. I've done a couple of actually, which is kind of late, but if you want to watch those, you can. Look, this hair's playing me. It doesn't want to lay down no matter how much hair glue I put in. Come on, hair. But I think the best gift you can give somebody is time. The best gifts don't cost money. They just are your time. I have finished up mainly my complexion. I'm going to fill in my brows and then I'll come back and I'll zoom y'all in. We'll do eyeshadow together. I'm going to be using the Melt Morte palette, and I'm going to be mixing in Adept Ninhydrin. So we'll play with those palettes, but let me do my brows and then we'll get back to the questions. Okay, so the next question we have is, if you could only have one type of Christmas candy this year, what would it be? So I love candy. I'm pretty convinced that I could survive on candy alone. Like, I love candy. Skittles, Sweet Tarts, Sprees, Twizzlers. I love, love, love fruity candy. I love buying the Christmas candy, the hard candy that's like in a container. I'll see if I can pop up a picture on the screen, or like hard ribbon candy. And I laugh because I would always carry this in my work bag to work when I was working night shift. I don't work a night shift at the hospital anymore, but I would always carry this with me around Christmas time. And I just have to laugh because I remember working with one of my coworkers and friends, and we got into work and we got our assignment. We were getting ready to take care of our patients, and he was like, "All right, Heather, you got any of your old lady candy?" And I'm like, "My what?" He was like, "You know, your old lady Christmas candy." I was like, yes, and I will share it with you, but I'm not old lady. But I do laugh because I'm like, I know to most people that's like old people candy, but I don't know why. I just love Christmas hard candy. But I also, for this question, thought about fudge. I am not somebody who's normally like chocolate, 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 chocolate. I mean, of course I enjoy chocolate, but it's usually I'm like going over the fruity stuff over the chocolate. But every year my mom makes fudge and it is so, so good, and I just love having that at Christmas time. Okay, let's look at the next question. Would you rather have 3 feet of snow at Christmas or no snow at all? No snow at all. No snow at all. Why do we need snow for Christmas? Absolutely not. We have had Christmases here where I live that have been warm enough that my kid has worn shorts on Christmas, and I love that. Listen, I would prefer even hotter. Like, let's have a tropical Christmas. I don't want snow anytime ever. I mean, it can be fun, you know, like kids like to play in it. I get it. But I don't like to be cold ever. I hate to be cold. It's the absolute worst thing to me. I don't ever want to be cold. So that is an easy answer for me. I'm sure that's the unpopular answer, but tropical Christmas all the way. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little shadow on the lower lash line before we move into our Ninhydrin palette. I love Melt's formula. I really do. I'm so happy they re-released this Morte palette this year so that those of us who have been wanting it could get it. All the brushes I'm using for my eyes are Sigma, just to throw that out there in case you're curious. Looking at my Ninhydrin palette from Adept, I'm going to go in with this shade right here, ACI 123, all over the lid. And then I think we will just highlight the inner corner with this really pretty shade right here called ACD18. Okay, so the next question says, if you had to be trapped in a Christmas movie, which one would it be? Oh my gosh, this is going to be fun. Let's just talk about some Christmas movies for a second, because my favorite Christmas movie ever is probably Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase. I love that movie. That's my absolute favorite Christmas movie. That's the one that I probably watch 10 times before Christmas even gets here. I know my husband and my kid, they think Die Hard is a Christmas movie, but they do enjoy that one. But I have to say, if I had to be trapped in a Christmas movie, it would be Home Alone, because, you know, no matter the character, like, you're having a good time, right? Like, if you're one of the kids with the family that doesn't get left at home alone, like, you're spending Christmas in Paris. You're getting a trip to Paris because whatever Mr. McAllister did for a job that he could fly his entire family to Paris for Christmas and afford that huge house, like, I have questions. I mean, good for him, you know? Or you're Kevin and you get the whole house to yourself, that huge house, and you're up against two dumb criminals. You don't feel bad if you tear the house up, because the mom in that movie, like, we all agree she was a terrible mother, right? Like, she was really terrible. She was really mean to him before he got left home alone. She left him. The parents were, like, up sitting first class, not even around their kids on, like, what, a 8-hour flight, 10-hour flight. I can't remember exactly where they lived, so I don't know how long their flight to Paris would be, but I'm like, you get to be Kevin. You can tear up the house because your mom's going to feel so guilty when she gets home anyways. So you should just be able to do whatever you want the whole entire time. And then you have these crazy wet bandits that are trying to break in, so you get to sabotage their plans. That would be fun. That would be the Christmas movie I want to be in. But I have to say, too, like, I like watching Christmas with the Cranks. That is so funny to me. I love watching The Grinch, of course. I really enjoy all of them. Of course, the old cartoon, like, that's the one I grew up with. And then when Jim Carrey's Grinch came out, I thought that was so fun. But I have to say, this new animated Grinch, I think, is adorable. I think they put such a fun spin on that. And although I don't like the cold, I think I wouldn't mind living in Whoville, because it looks like a pretty fun place, you know. I also really like Four Christmases. Oh my gosh. We love that movie. We think it's so hilarious, especially when they go to Brad/Orlando's dad's house. Hilarious, like, so funny. And then when they go to her mom's house and they go to the big, like, mega church, I hate to even call it a church because it was so crazy. Like, nobody knows what's going on. They have to be in the nativity play in front of everybody, but they, you know, don't know anything about the nativity story. So it's just so funny to me. I just love Christmas movies. It's fun. Do I even want to talk about this? Because I feel like everybody's going to unsubscribe. There's going to be Reddit threads about how people hate me, but I just have to speak my truth. I hate the movie The Holiday. I hate it. That's the one with Cameron Diaz and Jack Black and Jude Law and Kate Winslet. I hate it. I hate that movie. I hate that movie. And I know my mom really loves It's a Wonderful Life, but I always laugh because when it's like the alternate universe, like, the worst thing in the world is that his wife was single and she worked at a library. I'm like, oh my gosh. Can you imagine what's worse than being a single woman with a wonderful career that you enjoy? It cracks me up. Sometimes it cracks me up to watch these like older black and white Christmas movies because it was clearly a different time, you know? Okay, I could go on and on and on about Christmas movies. We recently watched the new, like, Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, and I thought that was so cute. But I am going to put on some eyeliner, mascara, false lashes, and then I will be back because we have some more to talk about, and some more makeup to put on. Okay, I put on some of my black liquid liner on my top lashes. I put on MAC Costa Riche in my lower waterline. I put on mascara and some Kiss Ruffle lashes that I cut so that they won't be too long for my eye shape. Before we do the next questions, let me tell you what I'm going to use. I'm going to use my Jaclyn Pressed Bronzer, and I'm going to apply that with a Sigma F40. I'm going to be using my Glamlite Strawberry Shortcake Blush, and I'm going to apply that with my Sigma F35. And then I'm going to use my Rare Beauty Enlighten highlighter. The shade is Enlighten, and this is what it looks like, icy white. I'm going to apply that with my Sigma E61. So the next question says, name a Christmas song that would be on your party playlist. So I think this is a little different from the other question about Christmas songs, because if I'm having a Christmas party, I want to have like all the popular songs, right? So of course, Mariah Carey's going to be on there. We're going to have lots of older songs, maybe some like NSYNC holiday Christmas album songs. I have to say, I just always think of Christmas time like Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. The song that will not be on the playlist at all is Santa Baby by any artist. I hate this song. I hate Santa Baby. I will turn off the radio when it comes on. I will skip that song. I hate it. Like, it gets on my nerves so bad. Okay, next we have, what's your least favorite item on your Christmas to-do list? This one I really have to think about, because I don't know how to say this without sounding harsh, but I don't do things I don't want to do. Like, every time I watch a Christmas movie and people are like, oh, I have to go to this, this, and this. Like, why? Why are you going to things that you don't want to go to? Why are you doing that? Like, just listen, if somebody is mean to you, if somebody in your family is bullying you because of your race, religion, relationship status, your weight, your relationships, like, they don't deserve access to your time just because they're related to you. You know, like, I'm all about setting boundaries, and yes, I am kind of applying an extra amount of blush because I feel like it today, but I'm all about like protecting your space. Nobody is watching out for your mental health but you. So if there are people that are treating you terribly, they don't deserve access to you. You can forgive people and say, you know, I forgive this person for what they've done, and also say, but they don't get to do that to me anymore. I forgive you, but you don't have access to me. And I think that's something to remember, especially at the holidays. But if I think about things outside of that, it's kind of hard because, like, even cleaning up Christmas decorations and stuff, I don't mind so much, because usually, like, I'm ready to do a little bit of, like, pre-spring cleaning, you know, just get things picked up, things back in order. I don't know. I try the most I can to not stress myself at the holidays. I will say, like, with my family, and I mean my extended family too, so many of us work in healthcare that sometimes it can just be hard to, like, schedule things. But I'm very thankful that I don't come from a family where it's like, you have to be here at this specific time or we're mad at you. Like, even my grandmother, I mean, so many of us are in healthcare. She's like, you know what? If you can't come to the family function because you're working, that's wonderful. You're working at the hospital, you're taking care of kids, or you're working your job, even if it's not the hospital or something like that. If you're working your job, you are providing for your family, you're contributing to society. Don't feel bad that you can't make it. You have to work. You have things. And if we need to go visit, family on days other than Christmas Eve, it's not a big deal. And I know that not everybody has that experience, I definitely have talked to people that are like, oh my gosh, if we don't go to my in-laws on Christmas Day at this specific time, then they're so upset with us. And I just don't understand that. And I don't ever want to be that way with, like, when I do have, hopefully, maybe grandchildren one day or extended family or anything. I never want to make them stressed at the holidays. Like, if you're working on Christmas Day, you want to come visit me 3 days after Christmas, that's fine. Like, it's not that big a deal. So I understand that that is not the experience that everybody has, though. So I would really love to hear your answers to this question. Good grief, this Rare Beauty highlighter. Woo, I always feel like a snow queen when I wear it. I don't want any snow. I'll just get the vibes with my makeup. Okay, next up, let me tell you what I'm going to use for my lips. I'm going to use ABH Lip Liner in Raisin, Unearthly Cosmetics Liquid Lipstick in Cruel, and then I'm going to use my Lawless Forget the Filler Gloss in Cherry Vanilla. What holiday movie do you watch over and over? And I feel like I definitely answered that one earlier. We kind of watch all of those movies over and over. I've watched Christmas Vacation countless times. I've watched The Grinch countless times. I've watched everything. We also really, really like to watch Christmas episodes of The Office, Parks and Rec, Superstore. We'll watch episodes of that. So, lots of things. Okay, last up, it says, finish this sentence. It wouldn't be Christmas without. And like I said, whether it's December 24th, 25th, I don't care. I can celebrate Christmas whatever day I want to. But it definitely wouldn't be Christmas without friends and family. And I know that Christmas is a hard time of year because, like, I've experienced loss in our friends and our family, and those memories always come back, and it's okay. If you're watching this, just know it's okay to be sad at Christmas. It's okay to say, I hate this time of year. This time of year sucks. I hate it. It's okay. It is okay. It is a hard time of year. For me, it is a very hard time of year. I try to focus on the positives because I do enjoy that. I enjoy getting to spend time with the family and friends that I still have here with me. But know that it's okay. It's okay to not love the holidays. And it's okay to also feel sad for things that may have been that aren't. I'm sorry if that doesn't make sense, but what I mean is if you had a hope, if you had a dream, if you had a plan of where your life would be right now and you're not there, maybe even something that like it's never going to happen for you, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be sad. And I really like to keep my channel positive. For me, when I started watching YouTube, it was an escape. It was, I'm having a bad day, I'm having a bad month, I'm having a bad week. Like, I want to watch YouTube and I want to have a good time. That's what I want my channel to be. I want you to be able to just come here and have a good time, but just know, like, even through all the happiness, everybody has problems. Everybody has loss. Nobody's life is perfect, no matter how it may seem. And that doesn't mean that you're fake. I see a lot of times people are like, oh, social media is so fake. But you know what? You don't owe it to anybody to go on social media and post yourself saying like, I hate the holidays. Like my loved one passed away. I hate the holidays. You don't have to go on social media and do that. You do not owe that to anyone. If you want to do that, more power to you. But if you want to keep your social media, your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok, if you want to keep it happy, you want to post happy things there, even though you may have had a morning where you spent the whole morning crying, but you want to post a happy picture on Instagram, do it. It's your social media. Nobody tells you what to do. But I just want you to know that if you are struggling this holiday season, you are not alone. You are not alone. I hope y'all enjoyed this Get Ready with me. I hate to kind of end on such a serious note. So I didn't see any more questions from Steph and Vinyl Beauty. Definitely check them out. But there's a lot of good things to the holidays too. Listen, I love going to Starbucks and getting me a Christmas cup and a creme brulee latte or whatever they have going for the holidays. Treat yourself, take care of yourself this holiday season. If you're away from friends, if you're away from family, if you're working, listen, been there, done that. I had a great time working at the hospital one Christmas Eve, Christmas night, putting out presents for the kids. Do something that makes you happy. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you have a great holiday season. I hope you'll answer these questions down below. Everything I used on my face will be linked down below. Please do subscribe, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye.